Howdy, my plan is to build Klombo from Fortnite in Minecraft. Oh, this is gonna be so difficult. Why do I keep doing this to myself? I've done extensive planning in a different world and I decided to time-lapse this because, quite frankly, it's just a really complex build. Working on the legs here took me many an hour. It was especially difficult because my brain decided it wanted to add lots of curves and bends to make them look more realistic or accurate. I totally didn't spend an unhealthy amount of time here staring at dinosaur legs trying to figure out why they bend the way they do. It's knees, Chip. They bend that way because they have knees. Why have I done this? Hey, you know what else has a lot of bends or folds, I guess? The stomach, Klombo's stomach. Interesting thing here, I spent a lot of time looking up while I was building this, because it's kinda massive, you know? Anyway, for some reason, when I look up in Minecraft, I slightly tilt my head back IRL, and I didn't even realize I was doing it. After my neck got kinda sore, I finally noticed how awkward of a position I was sitting in. Do you guys think purple was the right block to use here for the stomach? I had my doubts, but I wasn't really sure what else I could use. I was considering pink concrete, but that just felt too extra. Moving on to the back here, I felt like I was really challenged for the first time in regards to playing around with various different blocks I'd need to use and texturing I'd have to do. I noticed in Fortnite, Klombo usually had black around his spikes and back, and it looked really cool. I just wasn't sure about the blocks I'd use to mimic this and lean into it. So, I just decided not to lean into it at all. I jumped into it. In fact, I fell face first into a spiky and purple dinosaur back, and I'm kinda liking the look. Another part that really challenged me here was connecting the back to the legs. It sounds silly, but believe me, it isn't as easy as it may look. I still think the shape looks a little bit wonky, but I didn't really see myself doing better than this, especially considering all the trial and error I had gone through. Not sure my sanity would have made it. If I compare this build to the images of the Fortnite Klombo, I don't think I started the tail wide enough. I also could have definitely allowed it to taper into the point of the tail more evenly to make it a tad bit more accurate, but hey, it still looks like a tail, right? An interesting fact about the tail is that I actually redesigned it about 3 times with lots of trial and error in between. It totally didn't take me hours of stress, and I definitely didn't lose any hair in the process. This tail was a huge challenge. The thing I struggled with most was making sure it bends and curves at the right places. If you thought building a circle in Minecraft was hard, try building an uneven cylinder that tapers down into a point. By the time I finished building in the head for the first time, I started stressing. At first it looked like a hippopotamus. Then after some refining, it ended up looking like a Pokemon with a soccer ball for a head. This was easily the most difficult part of the build. It took me a few days to refine and to get to the point it is at now. After I saw my final draft for the head, I was kind of disappointed, if I'm being honest, because it didn't look that much like Klombo to me. I figured just the fact that it's in Minecraft is possibly the reason. We didn't have such detailed blocks to use to mimic the exact shapes, which made me feel a bit better. I also still had to build in his crystal-like horns and teeth and tongue. The most difficult part of the head was getting all the proportions right, making sure it wasn't too wide and the eyes were at the right place, and also getting the right dips and bumps on his forehead and, well, all over really. I was considering using dripstone for the teeth, but they just weren't the right color or thickness, so I just went with white concrete. If we could get concrete slabs and stairs in a future update, that would be great, by the way. I feel like I did a good job here with the teeth. Let me know what you perhaps would have done, because I had no idea what else to do. Fences weren't the right color and neither are walls. I kind of wanted to make him look goofy, so I had a bit of fun with the tongue. I may have gone a bit overboard. I was shooting for playfully silly, but I think we ended up with a party of 2 brain cells playing hide and seek. Spoiler alert, none of them were found. It really is amazing to me how much some teeth and a tongue could do. Just before this, it looked like Granny Klombo who lost her dentures. I figured one of the most iconic features of Klombo are those spikes on his head. In Fortnite, they just look so cool when they light up after he gets upset. I just went for happy here as it's the theme I prefer. Building these in also took a few attempts, and my silly brain decided, instead of building one horn and evaluating it, we're gonna build all of them in and then evaluate. Needless to say, this ended in frustration and many more blocks needing to be broken and replaced. However, in the end, we got there. Not sure I nailed all the colors here. What do you think? Which colors and blocks would you have used instead? Please tell me this looks like Klombo. I've put way too many hours into this video to have it not look like Klombo. I appreciate you having my back and watching to the end of the video. Let's confuse the people who didn't by filling the comment section with cat emojis. I'm done.